All right, a special guest in studio, head coach of the Texas Southern Tigers, Clarence McKinney. A month on the job. How does it feel so far to be the head man over there on campus?
Feels great. Feels great to be back home, and we're excited about what's about to happen in Texas Southern.
When you got the news that you were going to be the coach, what was that initial reaction? What has this transition been like for you?
Well, the initial reaction was, what am I getting myself into?
Which is a lot, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Well, I was excited to have an opportunity to come back home. Looking forward to trying and build something that I don't think's been at Texas Southern in a while.
Yeah, you've been here on the Houston football scene for a long time. You grew up here. You went to Yates High School. You were North Shore, Booker T. You coached at Yates.
Yep.
What does that experience do for you as you enter a challenge like this at Texas Southern?
I think the biggest thing it does is I've built some relationships with the high school coaches around the city of Houston, and those guys look at me as one of them, and they're willing to help me build my program.
What was the biggest thing that you took away from those early years coaching that you kind of look back on now and you're like, oh my gosh, I did that and I've learned from that, you know, as you try to trace your steps a little bit?
You know, you try to get a little bit better each year, you know, better as a person, better as a coach. I can't say one thing, you know, I've changed, but I just want to improve overall as a coach.
When you got the opportunity to go be with Kevin Sumlin over at U of H, you've been with him now for a little while. What was the biggest takeaway that you had from working with him and the different stops that you guys made?
You know, I had 11 years of watching him as a head coach and watching the things that you know, he implemented with the program and things that I felt like bettered the program. You know, he was a great mentor. He still is. I call him every other day and tell him, hey, you didn't tell me about these issues.
What was his reaction when you got this opportunity? I'm sure he was probably pretty excited for you.
Well, initially, I don't think he was excited.
Oh, that's
true.
That you were leaving his staff.
Yeah. So, but he learned to enjoy it. You know, he was really happy for me eventually. Yeah.
You had said that coaching at Yates was kind of your dream job. Where does this stack up now that you're the head coach of a college football program? I mean, that's just another level, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, you know, like I said earlier, you know, growing up in Houston, going to Yates High School, my initial dream was to be the head coach at Yates High School. Was able to accomplish that goal, but to go across the street to Texas Southern is something I never imagined.
What is the potential at Texas Southern? I mean, it's a program that's had a lot of history. Recently, it's had some downtimes, but the potential is there, especially in this, you know, fertile area of a college football.
No doubt. You know, you have such a great recruiting base in the city of Houston. We're going to also recruit the city of Dallas and East Texas, but there are enough players to be able to build the program that we want to build within the state.
What can this program be?
We think it can be a championship program every year.
And that's doable, right? I mean,
that's what the goal is, and I think that's very doable.
Can you talk about? I mean, there's always so much attention on championships at the college football level, on the major college football FBS level. But what kind of pride do those schools in the SWAC have? I mean, winning the SWAC is a big deal.
Winning the SWAC is like winning the national championship. You know, you got some great programs. Grambling, Southern, Jackson State. Those teams have won the SWAC recently. Winning the SWAC is huge, you know, and our goal is to win the SWAC. We know it's not going to be easy, but we're up for the challenge.
What's your coaching philosophy?
You know, from on the field standpoint, we want to, you know, block, tackle, and execute. It doesn't matter what the scheme is. We feel like if we do those things and we take care of the ball and we create turnovers, we'll put ourselves in position to win.
Coaching is obviously a fun part of your job, but given the opportunities to some of these high school kids, since you coached at high school, the looks on their faces when you kind of approach them is, hey, we'd love for you to play for us. Does that feeling ever get old for you?
It's a great feeling. It's part of the reason why I got into coaching is because I wanted to help young men be successful. I wanted to give back to young kids what my coaches had given to me. And to see a kid, you know, I was able to see kids grow from 14 to 18. Now I get a chance to see them grow from 18 to 22. It's a blast.
What was the biggest change between 15 to 18 and 18 to 22? You got a little bit of taste over the last 11 years.
Yeah. You know, 18 to 22 is really a neat area to watch guys grow. When they're 14 and 15, I have a 14 and 15-year-old. They know everything. You know, at 14 and 15, they can't be told anything. So I'm looking forward to the 18 to 22-year-olds now.
So when fans come to the football games, see the Tigers play from this point forward, what can they expect?
An exciting brand of football. You know, guys running to the ball defensively and making plays and celebrating. And offensively, we plan on pushing the tempo and having a high tempo spread, no huddle offense.
Bringing that swagger back over to TSU, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Coach Clarence McKinney, Texas Southern. Excited to see you guys on the field this year.
Thank
Congratulations.
you for having us.
Yep.